Gentlemen, Jeremy Finlay here, and I want to just say, wow. Last week was incredible. WarriorCon 4 was an historic event for not only the guys who were virtually, but mostly really for the guys in the room with us. The kind of proximity that we felt, the unity, the reunion was just extraordinary. I'm still on the buzz, I'm still on a high, and this video I have for you from Garrett and the team to be able to sprint you into Warrior Launch and Warrior Council. Obviously, when you come back into the world of your own space, you're met with the old world that you were living in. You're met with old ideas, people who are in an old environment, people who haven't had the transformative experiences that you've had. So maybe you've been met with some resistance. Maybe you've been met with some questioning. Maybe you've been met with open arms, total support of the new level that you're about to dive into over the next couple months and also the coming year. Either way, this next 4 or 5 days is designed to sprint you into the Warrior Launch experience, to count you down to going toe-to-toe with Garrett, to launch you, launch your business, launch your family, launch your life in the next level. Obviously, the level of power, intentionality, and accountability that we're bringing to you inside of these programs, whether you're in Warrior Launch or you're in Warrior Council, are going to level you up in ways that you've never experienced, even if you've been part of Warrior before. So, welcome to the official Warrior Launch pre-sprint. This is going to be an experience that really has you reflect on the work that you did, the targets that you set, the impossible games, the fact maps, the things that you dove into inside of your Freedom Map experience, so that when it comes to the live training and we start going, you're ready to go and you're ready to hit the ground running. We don't want to remove or forget what happened the last week, man. So much occurred. So part of the next 4 or 5 days is to just get all that stuff up to the surface so you can feel equipped and ready and focused and present. We need your presence, okay? We need you. We are coming full heart, full arms, full mind, full power to support you. But obviously, you know that this is a two-way street. You have to come meet us. That is why the next 4 or 5 days exists. To onboard you, to on-ramp you, and to launch you into the stratosphere, baby. If you were there for the end, we sang, we danced, we cried, we hugged. It was a great time. So what's going to happen next? After this little intro rolls, you're actually going to be given the initial intro video of Critical Decision Number 1. Day number 1 has you revisit Critical Decision Number 1, and it's going to let you sit with what were you feeling that day, what was going on for you. Every single day, we're going to revisit the work we did on that day and revisit the critical decisions that you made, okay? So, day number 1, Critical Decision Number 1, sit back, relax, watch the next 10 to 15 minutes, and then at the very end of this, you're gonna have some instructions on this page or in this email or wherever it is on how to be able to just do a little bit of homework to bring you up to speed. Ready? Great. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Let's watch the video.
10 years. That's how long it took to get to this point today. 10 years of work here at Wake Up Warrior. 55,000 plus men. Tens of thousands of hours, all committed to one outcome: freedom. This is why you've come to this place. WarriorCon 4 is not a seminar. WarriorCon 4 is not a workshop. WarriorCon 4 is not a boot camp. What you have stepped into is a divine appointment. This is why you are here. For those sitting in the room, I welcome you as brothers, as men that I will get to embrace, hug in person. Many of you have history with this place. Many of you returning back to this place for the very first time in years. For those virtual, participating with us, you are about to step into an experience like nothing you have ever felt before. Notice the word that I used, felt, before. See, the thing you must understand about being here is I offer no magic pills. I offer no easy, quick fixes. I offer no promises of liberation tomorrow. What I do offer is a science. What I do offer is a system. What I do offer is a systematic way of waking up and finding freedom. For you online, the game itself is just as intense as the men here in this place. And though you have not had to travel long distances, nor put yourself in a hotel, nor take yourself away from your family for 6 total days between travel and the experience of these 4 days, nonetheless, I am asking you to make an investment in your space and in your time. You have been given an instruction, many of them, to prepare yourself for this evolution. The most important of them is creating space to be here with us. Gentlemen in the audience, I will be addressing you personally during this experience. And those virtually, you will be addressed personally by me and the teachers and trainers that come to this stage over the next 4 days. 48 hours is our time together, and that's just time here in training. But all of it points to one simple outcome: freedom. In order to obtain that freedom that I promise at the end of these 4 days, a predictable and systematic approach to living the habitable lifestyle as a man, in order to obtain this in your life, you're going to have to make 4 critical decisions. These 4 critical decisions begin today, here on day number 1. Each decision building on the decision that you previously made. Fuck up one of these decisions, and the game will fall apart before your eyes. You have family at home, businesses at home, relationships at home. You have teams and distractions outside of this place. You have been given a weapon or piece of technology, the Warrior app, to support you on this journey. My encouragement to you is stay focused. For you mess this game up for yourself, and you will have simply wasted 4 days of time. Time is not the operating element here at Warrior. You are not being taught how to find more time. What you're going to be taught is a science to extracting maximum value and maximum results inside of the time that you've been given. Your life is not infinite in this place. You will die. That season is coming, but that time is not today. Although I'm going to ask you to die to how you've lived and how you played before you came here today. Some of you have experience with Warrior, and so your brain will trick you over the next 4 days to believe you already know what we are about to do. This will be a trap, and it will fuck up your entire game. You must let go and become the student again. Many of you here virtually, this is your first experience ever. You step into this process unaware of what we're about to do. You do know that the reality of being required to wear certain clothing and to be in certain frames of mind, and the way we've approached this experience with you has been unique and different. And that is because the results we are after are unique and different. All of you today are going to go to work. Today you're going to follow a model I've already introduced to you, a model that is teach, type, talk, and train. I will be taking you further down the process of what that is today, but today you will be making one of 4 critical decisions. Critical decision number 1 here on day number 1. Myself and a series of men will be training you today. Myself, Sean Whalen, Sam Falsafi, and Raul Facilis. All 4 of us, weaponized men who were born inside this place. They were men that came to this place looking for freedom. They were men that came to this place looking for more. Like every single one of you, they came knocking upon the door of waking up. Today we will all, as 4 trainers and as panels in conversation, be driving home to one critical decision. Will you have the courage to ultimately wake up to the truth of your reality today? My friend, will you have the courage to speak the fucking truth today? Or will you simply participate today as a poser and a plastic man, hiding in the stands of virtual or hiding in the seats in front of me? My brothers, it will be impossible to hide here. This place, as we begin, is a band of men, unified under a divine code that when we gather with one central purpose, that purpose is to find truth, that in that place we will find it. Today your decision will simply be the following. Do you have the courage to live by code? Do you have the courage to tell yourself the truth today? And do you have the courage to tell that truth to the men that you meet with, talk with, walk with, and in breakout with? Do you have the courage to establish the foundation of your true reality across body, being, balance, and business today? Fuck this decision up, my friend. And everything else we do here will not matter. Today, you are going to live at a level of truth that you have been terrified up to this point to live at, no matter how honest you think you have been. Today, my brother, we begin with the decision to wake up. Day 1, complete. And you were forced into a situation to make a decision. Today, your number 1 critical decision was made already. You either made it or you did not. You lived by a code today or you did not. You heard from Sean. You heard from Raul. You heard from Coach Sam. You heard from myself, and you heard from so many other men. At one level, almost pleading to you to set yourself free. So did you do it? Did you make critical decision number 1 today? Did you choose to wake up and tell the truth? Did you choose to write the things down inside of your fact map that were actually what was going on? Were you honest with yourself? Did you stand in a place of power with you? One of the things that I can promise you is that this is far more difficult than it appears. And it's one thing to be honest here. It's another thing to be honest for years. This level of transparency and honesty in front of other men is the command and the commission that we have stood for here for 10 years. The game that you're seeing being unfolded before you, the results that you are seeing broadcast and told before you, the birth and rebirth of Sean and Raul and AZ and all those that are coming. All your trainers this week, including me, every single man has had to forge himself in the face of the fire that you chose today. A choice to tell the truth. choice to do it in a programmatic way, to do it in a systematic way, to put it into the software and to have it look back at you. What did you experience when you talked about it? What did you experience when you felt about it? See, today brings a door closed on an experience and on a profound and powerful reality. And that is that upon this foundation, you now have a rock to build into critical decision number 2. Tomorrow will be a decision that will set you free. But it was impossible to make critical decision number 2 without making critical decision number 1. Critical decision number 1 was made today or it was not. And if it was not made, you have an opportunity both in virtual and in person to clean that shit up tonight. Because when we come in tomorrow morning, we'll be now prone and positioned to make critical decision number 2. And so as we wrap up day number 1, the conversation of waking up, how do you feel in this place? What do you notice is available to you here in this place? Do you feel the new level of freedom that has begun to pour into this space? Can you see yourself from a different place? My friend, this is the foundation of life. This is the foundation of the warrior's way. This is the foundation of how we all play. Welcome home, my friend. Welcome to Wake Up Warrior. Welcome to a tone and a drum and a way of doing life that is radically different. And after ripping off the shield across your eyes and the veil that has kept you blinded for years in many of these areas, tomorrow we begin critical decision number 2. Tomorrow we begin to envision the impossible you. We begin to move towards a level of freedom that is impossible for you to comprehend as a reality today. We're going to hear from men tomorrow that will speak into profound, transformative results that defy logic. Men who, by choosing to make critical decision number 3 that you will hear about in just 48 hours, that making that decision put them in a path directly with me one-on-one, or put me into a path with a small band and a council of men committed to living this way, men committed to obtaining freedom a different way. We cannot force you to do anything here, my friend. But what you can do is choose to be born again. And today was your death. You're fucking welcome. Give yourself some space tonight, because tomorrow we begin anew with critical decision number 2.
It's so crazy reliving some of that, isn't it? But now you're on the other side of this experience, but you're also still left with some of the same desires, some of the same dreams, the hopes, the aspirations, maybe even some of the same pain that you were facing inside of Warrior Con. But obviously you've made a decision to step through that. On this page or in this email or just in this video, you're going to be given a couple instructions on how to reflect and revisit some of the work that you did on that day. Just like return and report when we're doing our general's tent, before we go anywhere, we have to reflect on what occurred so we can be present to where we are, so we can powerfully go off into the horizon of our destiny. Pretty cool, right? So you know what to do. Follow the instructions on this page, and let's dive in now. All right, cut. That's it.